Petrotech 100.
Today what I'd like to talk about is retro gaming on these cheap Android tablets. I've had this one for about 2-3 years and it's just been sitting in my drawer, and I thought, why not use it for retro gaming? It's just a standard little cheap tablet, about 30 quid on Amazon. I got this by, somebody gave it to me because it wasn't working, so I repaired it. As you can see, there's lots of different emulators on Android, for everything from Super NES to Game Boy, PlayStation and SNES. And even on this cheap little tablet, this is like a dual core or single core Alcatel tablet. It does the business. Lots of people saying, oh, I want to get into retro gaming, it costs a fortune, you've got to get all the old consoles or the NES Mini. But you probably got an Android phone in your house, or you got an Android tablet. But what's great over Android compared to the iPhone or the iPad tablets is being able to connect devices to your tablet. Now, this is just a micro USB to USB connector, and with this you can connect any old controller that you've got kicking about. I got this one from a car boot sale for £1. As you can see, it can control Android, and this will work on your phone as well. Most Android tablets have this host facility where you can plug in controllers, so we don't have to use the touchscreen at all to play our retro games. The SNES pads work just the same, the cheap ones on AliExpress and Banggood. Let's have a look at it working. That's what a lot of Android emulators look like. They're quite basic. You can use Wiimotes on this one as well, but we're going to just plug in the one we have. I'll use it. There we are. It turns itself. Just picked up the controller straight away. Now we can control it like this. And you see the controller works perfectly fine for this. I'll press start. And for retro gaming, if you're using a cheap tablet, it has a low resolution, which looks perfect for these kind of games really. You know, you're not getting it all stretched out and looks very good. So now let's come out of here. You want to get rid of the on-screen buttons, because obviously you don't need a controller, but it's a lot nicer to have physical buttons. Go to options, video. Now we can frame skip. We can change aspect ratio, so we can make it full screen. Some emulators call the overlay buttons different names, so go to input, on-screen controls, we're going to turn off. And go back to the game. So now the total cost of this is, well, you can get the ROMs for free and various websites. You can download the whole lot, to be honest, on different websites. My controller was £1. You can use Wiimotes also. The dongle was £1, and to get a tablet probably cost you 20 or 30 quid. Just the cheapest tablet. These games are, you know, Sonic's 25 years old now, and all the Mega Drive stroke Genesis games are all about the same age. They take literally no power to run. And like I say, the bonus about Android is being able to use any controller. The cheap Banggood 3 quid SNES controllers work. The Wiimote you haven't bothered playing with for God knows how long does the same job, and you haven't got a wire to deal with. Some of these cheap tablets also let you plug them into a TV or to stream it to Chromecast. So it doesn't have to be complicated, it doesn't have to be expensive for you to enjoy retro games. Let's see, get my bum kicked by Dr. Robotnik. So to recap, for a cheap Android retro gaming setup, you're going to want a tablet or a phone, just a cheap one, doesn't have to be expensive, just the bog standard, what on Amazon that's 20 or 30 quid, or maybe your friend's got one that they're not using, it's out of date. Perfectly useful for retro gaming. Then you're going to want some sort of controller. You don't need to use a controller, you can use the on-screen buttons, but it's nicer with a controller. You're going to want one of these connections, and it goes right into the charging port of your Android tablet or phone. And now you can use Wiimotes, so you don't even need to have a physical connection. Wiimotes work excellently for this kind of thing, and people just getting rid of them. You find them all over. Alternatively, if you're using a phone and you want to have something to use in a smaller scale, you can try these Moga controllers. Now these are, I got this for about 8 quid. But there's much cheaper versions of these, and they do just as good a job. Now the ROMs business, you don't have to worry about people coming after you because you downloaded the ROMs. Sega doesn't care. You just go down, you can go onto dope ROMs, cool ROMs, or you can download packs off torrent sites and just dump them onto your Android phone, and it's really easy to set up. You just put the ROMs onto your tablet, you download the corresponding emulator. They're all free, most of them are free. Mega Drive emulators and PC Engine emulators and Master System emulators and Nintendo emulators. All the emulators you could want, they're free on Android. Go on the Play Store and download them. And you just have to point it to where your ROMs are. And they can be, I noticed that most of them can be zipped, unzipped, it doesn't really matter. You point it towards it, it generally 9 times out of 10 works. So that's my review of Android retro gaming on the cheap. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money, and it's a lot of fun. Please think about liking and subscribing this video. I have more cheap budget retro gaming ideas. I'm making arcade sticks and all sorts on the cheap, so if you want to see that, subscribe. Okay, bye.